Okay, we're now going to hear some questions about our announcements and our conversations from our member rep, Siona. So we'll turn it over to you for questions, Siona.
Yeah, trying to represent in terms of like, how we can participate and if there's clarifications. One thing I just wanted to clarify, it sounds like depending on when this video specifically is going to be released, we might be in the middle of that kind of reading period for the equity memo between July 11th and July 18th. Was that right?
That's correct. Yep. I appreciate you pointing that out. So
Cool.
if we are in between July 11th and July 18th, you have time
Yep.
to check out the equity memo, to fill out the member survey, and provide your questions and to provide your feedback.
Yeah, I can't wait to read that.
Yeah.
And see who's up for that. So
Yeah, I'm creating I can't remember if I mentioned the business last time, but I am definitely creating some suspense today.
You did. I always look out for the Wednesday Wire newsletter anyway in my inbox, my mailbox to see, because I know, like you're saying, we're getting so many new businesses and activity with regards to the Business Alliance. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
I'll just wait.
Thank you.
So I think another quick question about the assembly, October 2 and 3, that's like a Monday, Tuesday. Is that going to be like evenings or?
Good question.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So yes, you're correct. That's a Monday and Tuesday, first Monday and Tuesday in October, and it is all day. It's so both
Some time off.
Yeah, so both days are all day, breakfast, including breakfast. So in the save the date email that went out on June 29th, and in the probably one or two emails that probably would have gone out by the time of this video, we have a link. You can add it to your calendar. And when it adds to your calendar, we schedule it to show 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Of course, people will be able to pick and choose what sessions, but we included the 8 a.m. because it does include breakfast. Lunch is included. And we believe we will have a Monday night dinner option at a Black-owned restaurant. Adding some suspense, I'm not going to say the name, in Boston.
Nice. And I think that just makes me wonder, like, is there some way that we can, support busy community members who maybe can't dedicate without additional support in some way?
Oh, say more about what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I think I know, but I want to be clear. Say more.
So if there's a fee, maybe like
there will be fees. Good question.
Or some sort of, sliding scale or something to compensate for the fee. And then maybe going the other way. Is there like, I don't know, I'll just put out there, can we create some sort of stipend possibility?
Yeah.
To, especially I would imagine people with young kids.
Yeah.
Things like that.
I really appreciate this question, Siona, and you are definitely a Ujima member. So one, I'll say the way we are doing the ticketing is sliding scale. So right now the sliding scale is $25 to $250. We like that $25 mark because that matches a membership fee. It's still inaccessible for some people, but we do kind of like that. So that's one thing. And we've been pretty intentional, and they're trying to be more and more intentional now about introducing sliding scale as a practice that we do hope will become normalized. I can't remember last month because that was 30 days ago. That's too much time. If we talked about our Martha's Vineyard trip that we did with Live Like a Local Tours, but there we did a sliding scale and took care to explain the what the idea behind that. And it's definitely not a widespread practice. So we saw, for example, that the lowest ticket there was $20. That sold out very quickly. And there were some people who could pay more than $20, who pay $20, but that is a matter of custom and habit, right? And so not necessarily something that people should be kind of shamed for. It's a matter of, it's just not yet a huge natural part of our culture. So I really appreciate that you asked this question. So yes, so tickets are sliding scale. What we haven't talked about, that's a new idea from you as a team, is stipend attendance. So we haven't talked about that. So I think our team, I saw nods from Mary and Ray. So I think that we will probably take that to our conversation in terms of our planning. So really appreciate that question. And we haven't talked about childcare. And in any way, so stipended or not. So I also really appreciate that question. And so I think we'll take that back to our planning team. Yeah, we will work that in. So really appreciate that.
That's great. And thanks for that kind of context about sliding scale. I'd forgotten that event particularly, but hey. I think one of my only questions is maybe selfishly, because I'm on the anchor institution team. You know, we are trying to align a lot of what we can do, like especially in mobilizing our somewhat established faith network group and the Ujima faith liaisons. It's not actually just faith anchors. We had a college liaison with us too, but someone who can then kind of, then move our message out within their own networks, that sort of thing. But what are some things that we can be doing more? I think I'm specifically thinking of when Ray, we're talking about the coalition's work. I'm like, yep, we got on the public banking, communication, but where can we kind of have more synergies and maybe leverage or engage or activate the faith network more with other coalitions and other member groups?
Yeah, I think in terms of the member team, it's new, and they're being very, very intentional about creating a space that feels safe, that feels welcoming, and feels like before we jump into any type of work this is Ujima's work, any endorsement of any kind, before we can talk about anything like that, I think what we're talking about is moving at the speed of trust. And so I think on that end, it'll take us some time, and we're okay with that. This is a part of the work. To be envisioning Ujima as a political practice, as a political project, as a political home for people, we want to be very intentional about that. So that may take some time. Not sure how long, but it may take some time.
Sure.
I think thinking about that widely, though, into just our overall policy, coalition's policy and grassroots organizing work that, a lot of which, I'm holding. In my role is, I think we should talk. I think I should show up to the speaker institution meeting. I think we can strategize a little bit around what that. So it's not for a short answer either way,
Sure.
but I think that I have some ideas, and I'm down to get down with y'all. I'll see what we can shake and do.
Thank you. I think some of it is we, at least in this member team in particular, I think we could be all over the place, and I think that sometimes we get stuck in and kind of
Spin.
spin, and it's sometimes good. We need to sit down and just talk about things.
Yeah.
But also people are really interested in being activated, and engaging with the work that Ujima is doing.
One of the things that I can talk about is something that I'm envisioning. Well, I want to talk about that, right? There are a lot of things that
Okay.
I'm envisioning in terms of ways to, and I think this is why it's really important for like us to know what spaces our Ujima members are already a part of. And there are a lot of ways that I'm envisioning we can, like, folks who want to be a part of different spaces, like there are way more members than there are Ujima staff. And so if we can strategically place people in these coalitions based off of their interests, and they can be like the Ujima representation, I think that that is an option. And I'm thinking through a structure for that now. And I'm happy to actually build that out alongside the Anchor Institute, should that be something y'all would like to think about, or just plug y'all into the different spaces y'all want to be a part of.
Yeah, I think either, sound like a great kind of partnership. And yeah, I think the other kind of thought where this came from was in our last faith meeting, there was a lot of talk about other coalitions and other organizing work that's been in the works, like specifically with coalitions of faith or church or religious institutions like the Episcopal City Mission, the Unitarian Universalists, with regard specifically to reparations, financial reparations. I'm not sure what else, maybe, land but they are actually, a lot of our faith anchor folks in the Ujima Faith Network are engaging there. And not that we're trying to compete in any way, but we're trying to find places and ways that those community groups can continue to stay engaged, focused on the Ujima ecosystem and strategy.
Yes, let's meet.
I love that.
Yes.
You too. Your member teams too can start brainstorming.
Exactly.
And I think I just had one last thought was about what Mia mentioned with I didn't write it down, so of course it's in my head right
The
now.
assembly, we talked about the assembly, the vote. We talked about the vote.
It was specifically around, okay, well.
There was a point I did want to make,
Thank you.
that you had brought up in regards to the strategy around other member teams. And I think that's something we're definitely gonna try to think more about and reorient ourselves during this rest month, is how are we working with all the different member teams together to get to where we want, what is the overall strategy. And so I'm really looking forward to the conversation that y'all have, but then also thinking about the wider, the arts and cultural organizing team, the resource team, how the time team, the study team, how we're all playing a role with each other. So I really appreciate you being
Yeah.
We got work to do, y'all, and
All right.
we are ready to do it.
Word.
It's really exciting.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sienna. Great questions. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Mary. Gio is going to conclude for us.
All right. Thank you so much again for that really important, discussion and also living example of member, staff, and the Ujima ecosystem, acting in big ways in each and every gathering. So thank you for role modeling that in real time. So, ways that you can join in, talking to you, YouTube, not the company and Google, but the people tuning in, streaming in their homes, phones, and more. So come hang with us. We're going to recap some of these events, and it could give a little more, sizzle on the invitations to come. Come hang with us. We have July 15th, the Creative Olympics, and we have Black Portals 2, second rendition of a beautiful nightlife event. As you know, tickets are available. Ujima members, volunteer opportunities also available. Ujima Friends as well. That's Black Portals on July 22nd. That's the Creative Olympics July 15th. So members, Ujima friends and enthusiasts alike, please come party with us, come hang with us, come build community with us and our community partners. We did not do any of the above alone, as you heard earlier. Study and organize with us for Abolition Summer. So continuing down what we touched upon earlier, next up is July 12th for our Abolition Summer workshop. Then we'll finish it off July 26th, another abolition workshop. Those are both at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. All right. We also we heard about our member teams and the updates of such. We touched upon coalitions, policy, and grassroots organizing member team, the arts and cultural organizing member team, anchor institution, and resourcing member teams, the works that they have going on, and reminding you all that these meetings are also every Wednesday, resourcing member team meeting on Tuesday. You can see all these rotating schedules on our website. Please tap into ujimaboston.com. Our staff worked very hard to make it visually appealing, fun to navigate, and also it is very much updated, as the days go forward. So please tap into the website for that. We also heard about our upcoming votes or the developments to allow upcoming votes to be possible. So that's going to be happening all July as far as equity members, member survey, and the other nitty-gritty member-led work that allows our democratic processes to run smoothly. I am especially looking forward to something that we've been working on deeply, and I'm happy to announce it, here another announcement, the Assembly for Black Possibilities, which is on October 2nd and 3rd of this year. Check your emails that were sent out, recently. I know I saw something today in particular. Today is in June 29th, but we will be seeing more of it as developments come up for programming, schedule, location, and more. So please tune into the newsletter for everything. If you just tuned out the whole time we were talking, if you can't, you watched the whole video, we thank you for it. If you didn't retain information, go to the website, go to the socials, and above all, when considering membership, you can still participate in these workshops and member team meetings as you research and interact with others in the Ujima ecosystem. Please don't feel like you got to throw Nia 25 just to come hear us talk about abolition, okay? She may accept 25, but will then spend it at a local Good Business Alliance business for a really nice meal. So we are really encouraging all to come, participate, interact, see how you feel after the summer, and we could see you as a member, very soon. So wishing you, your families and communities a vibrant and peaceful Ujima summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Gio. Thank you, everybody. And until next time, bye.